This is every night fighter of World War II. German radar hunters, British defenders, American interceptors, Japanese adaptations, Soviet conversions, purpose-built machines, modified bombers, and experimental jets. Some legendary, some desperate, some revolutionary. First up, German night fighters. Messerschmitt Bf-110. This twin-engine Zerstörer became Germany's primary night fighter. Equipped with Liechtenstein radar and upward-firing cannons, it dominated nocturnal skies. Crews achieved devastating success against RAF bomber streams throughout the war. Next up, Junkers Ju-88. Originally designed as a bomber, this versatile aircraft excelled as a night fighter. Its speed and agility made it formidable. Radar-equipped variants hunted Allied bombers with remarkable effectiveness across all theaters. Messerschmitt Me-410 Hornisse. This heavy fighter served as a potent night interceptor. It featured powerful armament and good performance at altitude. The Hornisse proved particularly effective against high-flying bomber formations over Germany. Now this is the Dornier Do-217, a capable night fighter conversion of the medium bomber. It carried heavy radar equipment and cannon armament. The Do-217 operated extensively in defensive operations over occupied Europe. Heinkel He-219 Uhu. The Owl was Germany's most advanced purpose-built night fighter. Its sophisticated radar, tricycle landing gear, and ejection seats were revolutionary. Despite limited production, it achieved exceptional kill ratios against RAF bombers. And now, Focke-Wulf TA-154 Mosquito, Germany's wooden night fighter, designed to counter the Mosquito. Structural problems plagued the program. Only a handful reached operational units before the project was abandoned in 1944. Messerschmitt Me-262 U-1, the world's first jet night fighter. This two-seat variant carried radar in the nose. Its incredible speed made interception nearly impossible for Allied aircraft, though it arrived too late. Up next, Junkers Ju-388, a high-altitude night fighter development of the Ju-88. It featured a pressurized cabin and improved engines. Very few saw operational service before Germany's surrender in May 1945. Next up, British night fighters. Bristol Beaufighter. This powerful twin-engine fighter became Britain's most successful night hunter. Equipped with AI radar and devastating cannon armament, it decimated Luftwaffe bombers. Beaufighter crews mastered radar interception techniques throughout the war. Next up, de Havilland Mosquito. The legendary wooden wonder excelled in night fighter rules. Its speed, agility, and AI radar made it supremely effective. Mosquito crews hunted German intruders and bombers with remarkable success. Boulton Defiant. Originally a failed day fighter, it found new life as a night interceptor. The turret-mounted guns proved useful in darkness. It served effectively during the Blitz before being replaced by more capable aircraft. Now, this is the Bristol Blenheim IF, Britain's first radar-equipped night fighter in operational service. Though obsolete by 1941 standards, it provided crucial early warning experience. The Blenheim bridged the gap until purpose-built night fighters arrived. Hawker Hurricane, day fighter legend adapted for nocturnal operations during the Blitz. Equipped with basic AI radar and exhaust dampers, it defended British cities. Hurricane night fighters achieved modest success against Luftwaffe raiders in 1940-41. And now, Douglas Havoc, American-built light bomber converted for British night-fighting needs. Some variants carried the experimental turbine-light searchlight system. Others served as conventional radar-equipped intruders over occupied France and Germany. Gloster Meteor NF, Britain's first jet night fighter, entered service in 1950. Though development began during wartime, operational variants arrived too late. The Meteor NF represented the future of jet-powered nocturnal interception. Up next, de Havilland Vampire NF, another British jet night fighter with roots in wartime development. It featured side-by-side seating and radar in the nose. Like the Meteor, it entered service after hostilities ended. Continuing with American night fighters. Northrop P-61 Black Widow, America's only purpose-built night fighter of the war. This massive twin-boom aircraft carried powerful radar and heavy armament. Black Widows hunted Japanese aircraft across the Pacific and defended European skies effectively. Next up, Douglas P-70 Havoc, the A-20 bomber hastily converted for night fighting duties. Equipped with British AI radar, it served as an interim solution. P-70s defended the Pacific theater until P-61s arrived in sufficient numbers. Lockheed P-38 Lightning, the twin-boom fighter adapted for nocturnal operations in the Pacific. Night Lightning variants carried radar pods and specialized equipment. They proved highly effective against Japanese bombers attacking American positions. Now, this is the Bristol Beaufighter in American service. The U.S. Navy and Marine Corps operated British-built Beaufighters. Designated F-2A1, they served primarily in the Mediterranean theater. American crews appreciated its rugged construction and firepower. Vultee P-66 Vanguard. Originally an export fighter, some variants served in night defense roles. It saw limited service in the China, Burma, India theater. The Vanguard proved marginal in night operations compared to dedicated designs. And now, Curtiss P-40 Warhawk. Day fighter occasionally pressed into night interception duties. Lacking radar, pilots relied on searchlights and visual acquisition. P-40 night operations achieved limited success in defensive situations. Grumman F-6F Hellcat. Carrier-based fighter adapted for night operations with radar equipment. Hellcat night fighters protected American task forces from kamikaze attacks. They achieved impressive kill ratios in the Pacific theater's nocturnal battles. Up next, Grumman F-4U Corsair. Marine Corps night fighter variant proved exceptionally deadly. Equipped with AI radar, it hunted Japanese bombers over Pacific islands. Corsair night fighters became legends in marine aviation history. Continuing with Japanese night fighters. Nakajima J-1 and Gekko. Allied codename Irving. This twin-engine fighter became Japan's primary night interceptor. Its unique upward-firing cannon configuration proved devastatingly effective against B-29s. Gekko crews achieved considerable success defending the home islands. Next up, Kawasaki Ki-45 Toryu. The Nick served as an Army night fighter against American bomber raids. Equipped with oblique-firing cannons, it attacked B-29s from below. Toryu pilots defended Japanese cities with determination, despite overwhelming odds. Kawasaki Ki-102. Allied codename Randy. This heavy fighter entered service in 1944. Though designed as a ground attack aircraft, some variants operated as night fighters. It arrived too late to significantly impact the strategic bombing campaign. Now this is the Mitsubishi J-2M Raiden, The Jack Interceptor occasionally performed night fighting duties. Primarily a high-altitude day fighter, it lacked specialized radar equipment. Some pilots achieved success through visual interception and searchlight coordination. Nakajima K-84 Hayate. The Frank represented Japan's best army fighter of the war. Night fighter variants carried basic equipment for nocturnal operations. Its speed and firepower made it dangerous even without sophisticated radar systems. Up next, Yokosuka P-1Y Ginga. The Francis bomber was adapted for night fighting against B-29 formations. Equipped with upward-firing cannons, it attacked American bombers over Japan. Limited numbers saw operational service in this desperate defensive role. Continuing with Soviet and Italian night fighters. Petlyakov PE-3, the Soviet Union's primary night fighter in the early war years. This twin-engined aircraft featured heavy armament and adequate performance. PE-3 crews defended Soviet cities against Luftwaffe night raids with considerable determination. Next up, Douglas A-20 Boston. American-built bombers served extensively in Soviet night fighter units. Equipped with Soviet radar and weapons, they proved highly effective. Boston night fighters protected vital targets throughout the Eastern Front campaigns. Yakovlev Yak-9, day fighter variants adapted for nocturnal interception over Soviet territory. Lacking radar, pilots relied on searchlights and ground control guidance. Yak-9 night operations achieved modest success against German intruders and reconnaissance aircraft. Now, this is the Fiat CR-42, Italy's biplane fighter pressed into desperate night defense duties. Obsolete by any standard, it defended Italian cities during Allied bombing raids. The Falco proved largely ineffective against modern bombers. Up next, Mach-E C-202 Folgore. Italy's excellent day fighter occasionally operated at night. Without radar equipment, pilots depended on searchlight batteries and visual acquisition. C-202 night operations saw limited success in Mediterranean theater defensive operations.
Next up, intruder and multi-role night aircrafts. De Havilland Mosquito intruder. Beyond defense, Mosquitoes aggressively hunted Luftwaffe aircraft over their own airfields. These offensive operations disrupted German night fighter operations. Intruder Mosquitoes achieved remarkable success destroying enemy aircraft during takeoff and landing. Next up, Bristol Beaufighter strike variants. These aircraft conducted devastating night attacks on enemy shipping and ground targets. Equipped with rockets and cannons, they wreaked havoc across occupied Europe. Beaufighter strike operations combined fighter capability with offensive punch. Junkers Ju-88 intruder. German night fighters also flew offensive missions over Allied airfields. These dangerous operations targeted RAF bombers during vulnerable moments. Ju-88 intruders achieved notable success disrupting British bomber operations. Now, this is the Douglas A-20 Havoc intruder. American light bombers conducted night harassment missions over enemy territory. They attacked airfields, convoys, and communications targets. Havoc intruder operations kept enemy forces constantly alert and disrupted.
Martin B-26 Marauder. Medium bombers occasionally conducted night operations against tactical targets. Though not specialized night aircraft, they proved effective in darkness. Marauder night missions supported ground operations and attacked enemy infrastructure. And now, North American B-25 Mitchell. Night strafer variants devastated Japanese shipping and airfields across the Pacific. Equipped with heavy forward-firing armament, they attacked under cover of darkness. Mitchell night operations proved highly effective in island-hopping campaigns. Dornier DO-217 Night Bomber. Beyond fighter duties, DO-217s conducted strategic night bombing missions. They attacked British cities and industrial targets throughout the war. Some variants carried guided weapons for anti-shipping operations. Up next, Heinkel 111. Germany's medium bomber conducted extensive night operations over Britain and Soviet Union. Though vulnerable to night fighters, it remained operational throughout the war. Heinkel 111 night raids formed the backbone of German strategic bombing efforts. Finally, we have experimental and prototype night fighters. Heinkel HE-219 V-Series prototype. Multiple experimental variants tested advanced features and weapon systems. These prototypes explored pressurized cockpits, improved radar configurations, and enhanced armament. They demonstrated the Uhu's exceptional potential that production shortages prevented from full realization. Next up, Focke-Wulf TA-154, Germany's ambitious wooden night fighter program plagued by adhesive failures. Structural bonding issues caused catastrophic in-flight breakups during testing. The promising design never overcame these fatal flaws before cancellation. Arado AR-240 multi-role aircraft tested in night fighter configuration with limited success. Complex systems and poor handling characteristics doomed the program. Only prototypes flew before the project was abandoned for more promising designs. Now, this is the Northrop XP-61E Black Widow variants. Experimental versions explored improved performance and extended range capabilities. These prototypes tested different engine configurations and aerodynamic refinements. Development continued even as standard P-61s dominated Pacific night skies. Up next, Gloster Meteor prototypes with AI radar. British engineers tested jet-powered night interception during the war's final months. These experimental aircraft combined turbojet propulsion with radar-guided interception systems. They represented the dawn of a new era in nocturnal air combat.